What's going on, everybody? Last night I covered some stuff about managing your private keys from within a GUI wallet, and I used the Arrow wallet as an example. And I kind of left off at a bad place because I hadn't taken another step that is kind of not necessarily required, but it actually helps things work a little bit smoother. So that's what I'm going to cover tonight. I'm just going to revisit everything and kind of start over and go through all the steps. And this is going to be like in the case of you losing your wallet.dat file or whatever. So you're having to take care of your wallet by exporting the keys ahead of time, and then if disaster strikes, you'll be able to import those keys into a new wallet, or import your private key into a new wallet. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. All right, everybody, let's get right to it. Basically, one of the things that's quickly or commonly overlooked is the management of your private keys in your wallets, because a lot of us download a Qt wallet or a wallet for whatever crypto we're mining, and we fire it up, and some of us will encrypt the wallet and put a passphrase on it and all that stuff, and that's a pretty good step. And we might even back up our wallet.dat file, but one of the things that we often overlook is actually getting the private key from the wallet, and from the address. Each address has its own private key associated to it. We covered that last night. Crypto public key cryptography has two keys. You got your public key, that's your receiving address, and then you've got your private key that's associated with that. Never share your private key with anyone. It is for you and you only. If you have someone's private key, or if they have your private key, they have access to your crypto. So just keep that in mind. The public key is what they use to send to. The private key is basically your PIN number for your receiving address, or for your address, your wallet address. So in our example last night, we used the Arrow, what do they call this thing? Quiver, that's right. The Quiver GUI wallet. And that's what we'll use again tonight. You can see right here, I've got a wallet that has, let me minimize all this, get this stuff out of the way so don't have too much on the screen here. So I've got a wallet here that has 5 Arrow in it. And ahead of time, now this is going to be what you should do to protect your wallet and export your private keys. So the first thing you'll want to do after firing up this wallet, or a wallet, is do whatever it takes inside of the wallet to export your private keys. And in the Quiver wallet for Arrow, it's super simple. If you go to receive, you'll see what addresses are in the wallet. You've got the main wallet address here, and then I have the YouTube test receiving address here, and that's the one that has the 5 Arrow in it. So I'll come over here to balance, and actually you don't even have to do that, but you can just go file and export all private keys. Now, if you export all private keys, there's 2 addresses in here, so you're going to get both of them. If you only wanted the one, then you could just right click on the address over here and choose get private key, and then you'll see here that there's only one, right? So that is the step to actually export it. So what we'll do in this case, we will just, the other address, the main address here, doesn't have any Arrow in it, any crypto in it, so I'm not going to use that one. I'll just use the YouTube test one. I don't know why it's not actually showing the full address here. I don't know if this is kind of like a little bug or what, but normally it would show the whole address here, but I've got a label on it right here, as you can see, that is YouTube test. But what you would do is right click on it, choose get private key, and again you could use the file method as well, but in this case I'm just going to do the one. So I'm going to highlight the whole key, and then right click copy, and then you'll want to put that somewhere super safe, right? You don't want to store it on your local hard drive with your wallet, especially not in the same location as your wallet. You know, I would say take it offline in some way, whether it's paper wallet or, you know, I mean, I hate to you know, suggest using like a thumb drive or external hard drive or something like that, but some way you need to document this key in a very secret offline way is about the best advice I could give you on that. But in our case, we're not going to do that. We are just going to put it right here because we're going to use it pretty soon. So I'm just going to put in a little text file here and we'll head back over here. And you guys are welcome to steal this if you want to type this in, and if there's 5 arrow left in here, y'all can just go ahead and steal it if you want it. It's yours. So if you get to it before I send it somewhere else. All right, we'll put it that way. All right, so we've got 5 arrow. We've got our private key exported. So now we are going to pretend as though disaster strikes, right? So let's exit out of the wallet. And we're going to pretend like we lost. Now the wallet is reading this wallet.dat file right here. Wallet.dat, that's the one that it was using. And you can kind of see that right here with the date and time. You know, it's today at 8:07. It's a small wallet. It doesn't have but one transaction in it, so it's only 128K. But we're going to pretend like we lose this file, right? So we're going to delete that. So now whenever the wallet launches, it's going to be empty, right? It's going to be 0. It's going to be a new wallet.dat file. It's going to have a new address for it, all that stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. Now this would be an example of what would happen if you lost all your backups, if you lost your you know, your drive that has your wallet.dat file on it, all that stuff. So we're pretending like, hey, I don't have access to the wallet.dat file, or for whatever reason it's corrupted, or whatever. For whatever reason, you can't drop a wallet.dat file in the same location, or in the location, in this case, is roaming, app data roaming arrow, which is where it, by default, it throws all your wallet files. This particular wallet does, the Quiver wallet. And we're basically saying that we don't have access to our wallet.dat file, and we have to retrieve it using the import private key method. That's basically what we're looking at. So we're going to go to where our wallet is, and whenever I say wallet, I mean the actual program. You know, you've got all the different, you got the daemon in here and the command line interface wallet, but the one we're dealing with is the GUI, the graphical user interface wallet, which is right here. So whenever we launch it, again, it should open and it should be empty. Get all this stuff out of the way, make it a little bit cleaner. So now we have an empty wallet, 0 arrow, and if we go to receive, we're not going to have but the main wallet address, and that one's going to be different than the other address in the previous wallet.dat file. We've lost access to that file basically, right? And it created a new one. So if we go to the folder with our where it stores our wallets, we can see that there's a brand new wallet.dat file here, created just now, and it's empty. So what do? We want to get access to our 5 arrow again, right? So what we'll have to do is retrieve, well, I didn't save that. Uh-oh. Oh man, I do have it over here though, hang on. Oh wait, there it is, okay. I wonder what that was all about. I guess because I hadn't saved it yet. All right, so we've got the secret key here. So we're going to copy this whole thing. Highlight and copy. You can choose like edit, select all up here, just to make sure you get all of it, and then edit, copy. Come over here to the wallet. We're going to go File, Import Private Key. So what's going to happen, we right click, paste, and then I like to take this space out. This time I'm not going to do it though. I'm going to leave this in here just like that because I don't want to introduce anything weird to it. I want to see if this works by just pasting in there and clicking OK. I think it will. But in the past, I had backspaced one time to get the cursor back over here. I don't think it really matters. So we're going to click OK, and what should happen, or what has been happening, is this wallet, the Quiver Arrow wallet, is going to close. All right. So let's go OK here. It's going to say the keys were imported. That's a good sign. You know, all this is looking good. And then it just goes away, right? So now, what do? Well, you would think that you would just go right back to your wallet and launch it, and you should see your 5 arrow in there, right? I'm going to try this. I don't think it's going to show up in there. It might make a liar out of me. All right, so it is synced. I mean, it says syncing, but it's at 99.97. And if you've been dealing with Arrow at all in the Discord and stuff, you know that this is a good sign. Green check mark, 99.97 is good. And we don't have our 5 arrow. So if we go over to the Receive tab, though, we should have that address in there, and we do. Remember, this address was not in there before. So it did import that address. But where is our money? Where is our crypto? Well, you have to do a rescan. So what we'll do is we are going to exit out of here. This is the way I do it. I don't know if you actually have to exit, but I like to get out of there. And you should have arrowd.exe in the same folder as your wallet. It's part of the download for Quiver, and it's also a part of the download for the command line interface as well. But we're going to click inside there. This is on Windows, of course, and open up a command prompt. So we're going to look like this now, and it'll open up the command prompt wherever you are at in your Windows manager or your file manager there. Windows Explorer, file manager. That's old school stuff right there. Okay, so here we are going to want to rescan using the daemon, right? So what we have to do, let me get this stuff out of the way here, is we will launch arrow D, and then we'll put space, tack or dash, and then rescan. It'll look just like that. Hopefully you guys can see that. It just says arrow D space dash rescan, and then we're going to press enter. It should launch arrow D. That's the daemon, basically a node. It should go out and start talking. You should see the connections going up. You should see the block height go up eventually. You should see network solution rate go up, or at least move around a little bit. And it does look like, well, actually, let's restart this again, because I want to show you down here. It does say that it's scanning. I kind of got off of that too quick there. Go back over here. And one thing I've learned is you don't ever want to, whenever you have a daemon running like this, you don't want to just exit out of it, okay? You want to shut it down gracefully. So to shut it down gracefully from here, you have to, it tells you what to do right here, but you have to go and open up another command prompt and in that same folder and type in arrow tac CLI for command line interface wallet, and then stop. And you'll see, I'll press enter, and you'll see down here, it's going to just go to the command prompt. So that'll be where it stopped. So there you go. So see how it went to the command prompt, flashing cursor, so now it stopped. But what I wanted to show you is pretty simple. I just want to show you that whenever you do the arrow D rescan, it does say down here, init message, it should say some things about rescanning right here. Maybe it, yeah, it didn't that time. I don't know. Maybe because it's already done it and it knows it's up to date. But the first time I ran it, it probably did say rescanning, and it only is up there for just a second. Probably depending on how many transactions are in the wallet, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what would make it take longer, but Yeah, it went by really fast. So not going to worry about that. You can leave this up and running. And then we are just going to go over here and let me clean all this up. I'm going to leave that. So now we're just back to running our wallet again. And what we should see, fingers crossed, is we should see that 5 arrow in there. And we do. So now we have successfully exported a private key and imported and then deleted the wallet.dat file that private key is associated with, like it was gone, right? Like we lost it. And then we imported that into a new GUI wallet, a new wallet.dat file. And we did a rescan because even though the address was in here, it did not know what transactions were in that wallet. So we did a rescan, a blockchain rescan of using ArrowD, the daemon, and then it found, hey, this address actually has 5 arrows, so let's throw in 5 arrow in here, and that's it. So we are good to go, back up and running on 5 arrow. Let me check the chat real quick, see what's going on over here. Not too busy. All right, so that is going to wrap it up for me. I appreciate you guys checking this out super fast. I kind of like these short little live streams because it's just like to the point and boom, here's the information and then off you go, right? So I give you back, the rest of your day instead of blabbing for a whole half hour about stuff. But I'll probably do another live stream tonight. I'm researching a little bit of things and trying to figure out what I want to do. So we'll see about that. Maybe that'll probably be about 9:30, most likely. So thanks for hanging out. I will see you guys next time. Stay savage.